when we talk about digital romance these days, there's a pretty standard script, right?
Mm-hmm. A playbook, almost.
Exactly. You're thinking Tinder bios, those like perfectly curated Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole anxiety of being left on read.
It's all very polished, very optimized, and honestly, a little predictable.
So predictable. But what happens when you just take that rule book and throw it straight into a wood chipper?
Right.
Because today we were looking at something that it just defies every single one of those conventions.
Yeah. We have a whole stack of logs here. These are encrypted private chat transcripts from late 2025 into early 2026.
And they document a courtship that is, well, frankly, unhinged.
Unhinged is maybe the polite word for it. I'd say we're looking at a relationship built on this kind of shared, almost hallucinogenic logic.
It's between two people. On one side we have Sushawi, or Sui, and she comes across as very poised, intellectual, sharp, very sharp. And on the other side we have this male figure who seems to, I don't know, fracture into different personalities just to keep up, right? Sometimes he's just you, sometimes Paul Valadez, and then when things get really weird, he's Erokhane.
And our mission today, it isn't just to laugh at how strange it is, though trust me, we will.
Oh, we will.
It's to decode the strategy here. This is like a masterclass in using absurdity as a kind of filter. We're talking cats and porta potties, infinite counting, Prince videos, and a deep, deep obsession with chickens.
It is a lot. So maybe grab a drink, lock the door, and let's try to speak this language. Because the words are English, but the logic, that's something else entirely.
It's a private world, and it starts, like any world, by setting up the power dynamics.
Right. So let's unpack the opening moves. I mean, normally you'd get a, hey, how's it going, or something.
Sure.
Instead, this guy, let's call him the counter, he starts by thanking Sui for her generosity. But then he pivots immediately to her thumbs.
A very specific opening. He says, and I'm quoting here, "I do not have a thumb fetish, though I admit your thumb is evocatively, unequivocally lovely."
Evocatively, unequivocally lovely. Wow. But he doesn't just stop at the compliment. This is where it gets bizarre. He says he wants to physically detach his own thumbs and give them to her.
But he immediately takes the offer back.
Right, he takes it back. And his logic is the key. He says, I cannot give you two thumbs because I need them to grasp you.
And more importantly, he says the pain would distract him from his main goal.
Which is counting the infinite ways he yearns to please her.
Okay, so let's pause on that. He's saying, I love you so much that I have to keep my body intact just so I can do the job of loving you properly.
Yes. It's not, I die for you. It's more like, I need to stay alive and fully functional to worship you correctly.
It's a very practical kind of devotion, and he tries to back this up with this weird story from his childhood.
Oh, the teacher anecdote.
Yeah. He says a teacher told him repetition is good for learning. So he just starts rocking back and forth in class.
Which is, I mean, that's pretty unsettling behavior.
Well, he claims it made the teacher laugh. That they had this, moment of understanding while the other kids were clueless. He's signaling that he's obsessive, that he will literally never stop counting.
But, and this is the part that really got me, there's a hard limit to this obsession. He lists everything he's willing to sacrifice. His mind, his body, his soul. He even offers up his, and I quote, favorite stray cat.
Which is a big deal. That cat comes up a lot later.
Huge deal. But then he draws the line. He says, but I will not apologize with all my food. My mind, yes. My food, no.
And if you think about it with that practical devotion lens, it actually makes sense. He says, food is required for my intelligent body to please you as you wish.
It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs meets a romance novel. I can't worship you if I starve.
So the soul, that's fine. The cat, take it. But my sandwich, absolutely not.
So how does Sui handle this? Because I think most people would just block the number at that point.
Sui's fascinating. She doesn't get weirded out. She just matches his energy. She plays the witty intellectual.
What does she say?
She writes back something like, I would never ask for your thumbs in sacrifice. What use would they be to me if not attached to the hands that yearn to hold me?
So she validates his logic.
She totally enters his frame of reality. She politely turns down the cat, and she accepts the food boundary. She's basically like, you're right, don't famish yourself for me.
And this sets up that core tension of the early text, right? The whole intellect versus beauty thing.
He's obsessed with it. He calls her a rare phenomenon, a woman smart enough to outsmart her beauty.
Which, let's be real, that could sound like a backhanded compliment.
In the real world, for sure. But here, it's their currency. He's elevating her mind over her looks, and he positions himself as the inferior one. He calls himself an intellitoy.
IntelliToy. That's such a loaded term.
It is. A toy has no agency, but an IntelliToy is smart enough to know it's being used.
It's like a submissive power move. He even tells her, call your new IntelliToy stupid and help it improve. He uses stupid with a capital S.
But he means stupid, as in overwhelmed by your brilliance, not actually stupid. He says he's hard-pressed to choose between her words and the woman behind them. And then he says, words are weightless.
He's playing the fool to court the queen.
Precisely.
Okay, so we have the counter and the intellectual. Then the whole script flips. We enter what I can only describe as the theater of the absurd.
This is when he becomes Erokhane, and things go from just quirky to properly hallucinogenic.
He starts with his fantasy about her showing up at his window yelling, open the effing window. It is cold out here.
But it's the details that kill me, like the platinum-engraved portable stepladder.
Why is it engraved?
He says it's to remind you that it is the little things in life that matter most.
That is just profound nonsense. But even that is nothing compared to the Walmart story. I had to read this one a few times.
The Walmart narrative, a true masterpiece of chaos.
We have to walk you through this. Okay, so Erokhane is at a Walmart. He sees a woman walk out of a porta potty, and he's being followed by his fave strays super fat pussycat.
Of course he is. Can't go to Walmart without the cat.
Obviously. So the woman loves the cat and wants to hold it. Erokhane says okay, but on two conditions.
And they are.
She has to go to the gas station, wash her hands with gas, not water, and sing La 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 Mean Time.
It's a fever dream. And he just keeps piling on these images of grandma holding the gas nozzle, kids holding the gas line. The whole parking lot is flooding with gas.
And his justification is that the gas is deodorizing the fumes from the porta potty.
It's total sensory overload. You have the smell of gas, the porta potty, this woman singing a soul song,
Yep.
and he's just there eating an egg roll.
So my question is, why tell this story to Suey? If I'm trying to impress this intellectual goddess, why bring up gas-soaked grandmas?
It's a vibe check. It's a performance. He's testing her. Can she see the arts in her?
And he even projects her onto the scene. He tells the woman that Sue's gonna love her.
Exactly. He's betting she's smart enough to get the joke. And later he tells Suey that her music could make those grandmas at Walmart turn into sex machines dancing in the aisles like Britney Spears.
That is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Grandmas into sex machines.
It's the ultimate compliment in their world. He's saying her influence transcends the mundane, smelly reality of Walmart. If she laughs, she's in.
The wordplay is also just relentless. He goes on this whole rant about Aunt Jemima and syrup on her lips, and then he gets into this spiral about soul versus soul and irrelevance versus insignificance.
He compares the words to the letter W, saying that double V is unrelated to the single W. It's like he's just taking the language apart to impress her.
It seems like rambling, but it's part of the act, isn't it?
I think he's trying to show his mind works at the same speed as hers. He's showing off his processing power, even if the output is just, well, messy.
And speaking of speed, that brings us to the next big shift. The sender's name changes to Paul Valadez. Paul loves hyperlinks.
This section is fascinating. The actual text mostly disappears, and it's just this bombardment of YouTube links, TikToks.
Music, mostly. Prince, Chappelle show skits, dog videos. It's like he's DJing his emotions for her.
He does pause, though, to make one very specific point. He says if Suey were famous, she'd be better than Mariah Carey.
But not because of her singing.
No. He says her voice is fast like your mind. He says she calculates legendarily fast, way ahead of everyone else. And he admits he has a natural need for that speed.
Fast like your mind. That's the metric for him, isn't it? He's looking for fiber optic in a world of dial-up.
It explains the links. Typing is too slow for how he's thinking. Sending a Prince video is like a zip file of emotion. He's saying this gets the feeling across faster than words.
And the dogs. There's that weird bit where he sends a photo of a dog and wonders if it knows it might be a porn dog star because of its tail.
A memorable choice of
A
words.
very strong choice. But then he immediately contrasts it with his mother's dog, who loves when he whistles. So he's constantly bouncing between the profane and the wholesome.
It's fragmentation. He's showing her all the pieces of himself at once, I think. The bad boy Erokhane and Paul, the guy who loves his mom's dog.
Okay, we have to talk about the chickens. Because if you thought the thumbs were weird,
The poultry philosophy. This becomes a major theme in the later texts.
he starts by sending a link about the ayam samani. It's this Indonesian chicken that's all black feathers, beak, even its organs.
And he calls them the Lamborghini of chickens. He contrasts them with pure white chickens. He's clearly identifying with the rare, exotic black chicken. He sees himself and Sui as different.
But then he gets hung up on chicken feet. He asked why women love eating them.
And he imagines a chicken playing a sad song because of the internal torment of watching someone eat its feet. It's so absurd.
And this leads to the rooster. He describes a rooster dancing to a song, and then he pastes this long AI-generated search result into the chat.
And this is about what happens to roosters that don't mate.
Right. The AI explains they get culled or put in bachelor pens.
Bachelor pens. Sounds weak.
He uses this to launch a critique of modern men. He talks about pseudosexual males who are too stoic and wait too long. They end up in the gene dead pool.
And he says feminists broke men, and that these guys end up in the bachelor pens. Now, again, we're just reporting what's in the text here. But he's using this whole farmyard metaphor to justify his own aggressive approach.
Exactly. He's saying, I'm texting you this much because I refuse to go to the bachelor pen. He says, I am not that cock that waits for chickens to text back.
He's the active rooster.
He tells her, with most chicks, I stop. But with you, if I were a rooster, I would crow to infinity.
There's that infinity again, the infinite counting, the infinite crowing.
I found the swiftest chick on the farm. I mean, it's kind of sweet in a weird barnyard sort of way.
And he admits his own insecurity right after. He claims he holds world records in video games, but says it sounds delusional because he's not famous. He's always balancing that ego with, I know I sound crazy.
Okay, before we wrap this, one last tangent. Strange ethics.
The fire scenario.
Yes. Paul discusses the necessity of peeing on someone.
But only if their clothes are on fire and there's no water.
He calls it European. Like, European.
It's a painful pun. But the ethical dilemma he sets up is what's fascinating. He says, you might not want to do it if they're extremely ugly, like your fat neighbor.
But you have to. Because the burns would make them even uglier.
That's a terrible reason to save someone's life. I saved you so you wouldn't be harder to look at.
And then he complains they wouldn't even be grateful. He says, I could have used that pee for a tree.
But it connects, you see. It goes back to the food sacrifice. He wouldn't give up food for his intelligent body. Here, he's using his body's waste products, but not out of love, out of a kind of brutal practicality.
He treats the body-eating thumbs peeing like a tool.
Exactly.
So let's zoom out. What does this all mean? We have infinite counting, Walmart grandmas, roosters in bachelor pens, emergency urination.
I think if you synthesize it, what you're seeing is a language of extremes. It's totally binary. Infinite counting versus zero food. The stupid persona versus profound intellect. The beautiful Lamborghini chicken versus the grotesque burning neighbor.
It feels like they're building a world where normal social rules just don't exist.
That's the key. This is a case study in digital intimacy. In the real world, you can't walk up to someone and offer them your thumbs.
You get arrested. Or at least some very strange looks.
But in this private chat, they can build these avatars, the IntelliToy, the Rooster. They can play act these extreme versions of themselves to connect. It's safer to be Erokhane the absurdist than just Paul, the guy with the crush.
The absurdity is a shield, but it's also the bridge between them.
And maybe in a world of bots and curated profiles, the only way to prove you're a real human is to be completely, utterly incoherent.
And that's the thought I want to leave you with today. We live in an age of AI. We saw him using it to flirt, and perfectly polished dating profiles where everything is optimized to look good.
And feel nothing.
Right, so ask yourself, is the chaotic, unfiltered, frankly unhinged nature of this whole correspondence, is that actually the most authentic form of human connection we have left? Or is the rooster just shouting into the digital void, hoping the swift chick is actually listening and not just an AI bot reflecting his own madness back at him?
That's the question.
Thanks for diving deep with us. Keep your thumbs attached, and we'll see you next time.